I'll say it's about every position. We sit here at 7-5 right now, so I can't imagine there's too much that we won't evaluate or too much that's not open for grabs. And you know, it's been that way all season. It'll be that way certainly over the next month. Everybody's got to earn their spot in their position, their playing time, and I don't see that changing. But I think it has changed now. We have 3+ weeks and a lot more practices than you would have in a game week to make some evaluations. But you have 3 captains we'll visit with tonight. Yeah, my guess is they'll all line up and start in the bowl game. I'd be surprised if they didn't. But hey, we're a 7-5 football team, so we're looking to get better, and that leaves everything open for discussion and most importantly, open to competition.
So, would you say that C.J. Beathard is open to upward mobility potentially starting if everything's open?
I think for the most part, everybody's positions are up, and we'll see how this month transpires.
Have you started evaluating your staff?
Yeah, I mean. Probably started on the day I hired any of them, and some have been here 16+ years, some have been here less than a couple of years. Seth got here in the spring, and so it's an ongoing process, just like it is with player evaluation.
For next season.
Is there a question?
Have you started evaluating them coming back next season?
Yeah, it's an ongoing process. I evaluate her day by day.
Off the record.
Step outside, Bob. I want to ask you how you're doing anyway. How are you doing? How are you doing?
I'm sore.
You got in the wrong guy. Get in the way of a kicker next time, okay? A little advice.
What about the move into this building, and how did that go, and what's your opinion?
The moves never go easily, and happy to say I haven't made too many of them career-wise, which is great. Personal, we're building all this, I think, my 4th or 5th office since I've been in Iowa, starting in the old field house back in '81. But it's exciting for all of us. I think it's most exciting for our players. It's funny, you talk to the guys we've worked the last couple of days, and just to get their input. Talking to Mark Weissman, who unfortunately can't be with us tonight. It's only a month for him, and he'll train here in the springtime, but he's thrilled to be here. It's a big deal. It's a really big deal for the student athletes. That's the #1 reason to have it. The impact I think it has potentially for our program. I can't put a price tag on that. It's something we needed. It's something that a lot of people have worked extremely hard to make become a reality. And I can't say thank you enough. Whether it be our lead donors, the people that have really got the ball rolling, or people that contributed what might be considered smaller amounts. Everything, it's the teamwork involved has just been fantastic, and it's you talk to the pro people that get out and see places. They're all here for Pro Day last March, and they said you guys are way behind. So I mean, that's my exposure to what's going on. So we're really excited about that.
How do you measure momentum from bowl victory into the next?
I don't know if you can quantify it, but it's just it's no different than what I just talked about. We finished with 2 losses, so the negativity right now, and that I assume is out there public-wise. I know how it felt for me all week, and I'm sure it felt the same way for every one of our coaches, every one of our players. We work hard, and we're disappointed. And conversely, when you finish like last year with 2 wins, it was a whole different mindset. But if you compete, that's going to be part of it. You're going to have to deal with the good and the bad, and you're going to have to find a way to make the bad good. And if you do something good, then you got to find a way to get back grounded and try to make the next thing a good thing too. So I can tell you from experience, winning bowl games is a positive for everybody, and it doesn't hurt the opportunity for next year. But there's no guarantee, even if you win a bowl game, you're going to have a successful year the next year. It's a new chapter, but there's not a lot of downside to winning any game, that's for sure.
Kirk, I think everybody can appreciate the situation you're in. When the Derek Willis situation came up, you were stuck in 2 pretty good games coming up. But now that you've had a week and a little over a week since the season's over with, have you had any conversations with him, and does he have a potential future with the program?
I've had conversation with him, and I'll let that remain private, but I've got an open mind to anything, and Derek's a good young man from my vantage point. I think he's done a great job academically. His conduct and citizenship, to my knowledge, has been outstanding. So there are no issues there. He made a choice, whatever that was, and that was a choice a young person made. So I've got an open mind, and we'll probably revisit that when the season concludes.
Kirk, you mentioned
jobs, and you've been lucky to stay here for a long time, 16 years now. But if you look at what happened with Bo and Brady, and this demands in today's day and age in this career field, do you still feel that hot seat per se, or do you feel pretty comfortable where you're at now?
As a coach, I've never felt comfortable. That's a word I choose not to use. Because what we do is competitive. I don't know how you get comfortable with that. That would, to me, suggest that you feel like you might have arrived, and you never arrive in anything in life if you're trying to improve. So it's not a word I would use, but yeah, the hot seat stuff, I got over that when I coached in the NFL. Every day's a hot seat in the National Football League, and I was an assistant, so well, like I was on the front line. But that's just the nature of coaching, certainly the nature of what we do. And there's more than ample evidence that coaches get taken out of their positions on a routine basis, and every circumstance is different. But that's why you have a contract. I got my first contract with the University of Maine back in 1990, I guess it would have been. I think it had about a $60,000 buyout. Kevin White maybe had that in there. Then it dropped down to about 15 the second year. I've never worried about that. I worry about doing the best I can do, and that's kind of been my concentration focus ever since I got going here.
Kirk, what was your evaluation of what Sean Eichhorst had to say in the press conference regarding Bo Pelini when he said he had to evaluate where Nebraska is and not Iowa? Did you take it as a slight, or what did you think of the way he said regarding Iowa?
He's talking about a team with 7-5 that they just beat. So we were 7-5 this year. I have no problem with that. It's the record is a record, and I have no problem with that.
Kirk, Gary came out the last few days and gave you a vote of confidence. And how do you kind of view that? Is it odd to you that you need that after what you've done here? Is it positive, or how do you view it?
Yeah, first of all, I appreciate it, and more importantly, I mean, Gary and I meet regularly, especially during the season. We meet weekly, and we meet frequently throughout the calendar year. And I've never felt anything but supported since I've been here. And we've had some tough times here, record-wise, all that stuff. So, again, I feel very fortunate to be at Iowa. I've said that many times for a lot of reasons on a personal level, professional level. And we just had our bank. The main reason I feel good about being here, and this is 25 years worth of experience now, I've had the opportunity to work with great people, be it our coaching staff, our players, support staff, just a lot of good people. And you can't say that everywhere you've been. I appreciate that, but it's more importantly, I appreciate the day-to-day that I have, and it's all part of the fabric here. And what we do, the reality of what we do is, if you don't win enough at some point, you'll be asked to leave. I get that, and I got that a long time ago, so I've never worried too much about that. We'll worry about trying to get better. That's what we're trying to focus on.
Do you concern yourself at all with public opinion, or if you talked about the negativity that might be out there for not winning more games?
Well, when you lose 2 straight, I would imagine it. Just again, as I said here last year, we won 2 straight, and there's a real different sense of things. It's just how it works. It's how it works in sports. It was that way 50 years ago, let alone 2 years ago. So that all comes and goes with the territory, and you can't worry about that. What you have to worry about is what can you do to improve the team, the program, etc. That's my job. That's what I do.